This happened during a camping trip with my university friends. We were camping in the Borneo forest in Malaysia. There were 12 of us in total, a mix of both males and females, and it made for a very happy and cheerful camping atmosphere. We set up tents, gathered wood, made a campfire, and had dinner. Later, we played truth or dare around the campfire. Nothing out of the ordinary happened the first night. Because we were quite far out in the wild, we had 2 people stay up for night watch. However, later that night, I encountered something strange. I woke up in the middle of the night, needing to go to the bathroom. Since we didn't have any facilities, I told the 2 on night watch that I was heading into the bushes about 100 meters straight ahead from the campsite. I walked to the spot and could barely see my surroundings, faintly illuminated by the campfire back at our camp. I squatted down with my back to the campsite and began my business. I stared blankly into the forest ahead of me, listening to the sounds of crickets and other insects. When I was almost done, the environment suddenly went silent and I felt like I was being watched. And indeed, I was being watched. About 100 meters ahead, I saw a pair of yellow, feline-looking eyes staring straight at me. The body of the creature was hidden by the darkness, leaving only its eyes visible. The height of the eyes was about at my eye level, even though I was squatting, which led me to think it might be a small Borneo sunda-clouded leopard, since their eyes can sometimes reflect light and appear orange. At first, I wasn't too scared, because sunda-clouded leopards are usually not aggressive and tend to avoid humans. But then, the eyes suddenly rose vertically, without making a sound, to approximately 2 meters in the air. They blinked twice, then vanished into the darkness. I pulled up my pants and decided to slowly back away toward the campsite. As I backed up, still facing the direction where I'd seen the creature, I heard the sound of a stick breaking. Whatever it was heavy. Suddenly, I heard sound of footsteps rushing toward me. I turned around and sprinted back to camp while shouting for help. My friends heard me and ran out with a machete. By the time I reached the campsite and turned around, whatever was chasing me had disappeared. My friend said he saw a tall, dark figure running toward me, but it was too dark to make out any details. We reported the incident to the local authorities, suggesting there might be a dangerous predator nearby. They told us there shouldn't be any large predators in the Borneo forest. The largest would be a sunda-clouded leopard, which doesn't run on 2 legs and doesn't stand at 2 meters tall. Whatever I saw that night, it wasn't a sunda-clouded leopard. It was something else entirely, and it might still be out there.
This chilling incident happened when I was in college, living with my friends in a shared dorm. There were 6 of us, all girls packed into one room. Before I start, let me describe the layout of the dorm, as it's crucial to understanding the events later. As you enter the room, 6 beds are arranged side by side, each against the wall. At the far end of the room, in the top corner, is the bathroom. A wall separates the bathroom from the rest of the room, and my bed is right next to this wall. My friend Layla's bed is directly opposite mine, giving her a clear view into the bathroom if the door is open. Now, we all agreed to keep the bathroom door closed after use, but sometimes we'd find it inexplicably open. In the middle of the night, we'd often hear the creak of the bathroom door opening. With 6 of us sharing the bathroom, we initially blamed each other for leaving the door ajar. However, it soon became clear that something far more sinister was at play. One night, we were all jolted awake by a blood-curdling scream from Layla, who slept opposite the bathroom. We jumped out of bed, switched on the lights, and rushed to her side, asking what had happened. Layla's bed had the only direct line of sight into the bathroom, and what she described was absolutely terrifying. She said she'd been awakened by the sound of the bathroom door creaking open. Looking over, she saw the door slightly ajar. But instead of a clear doorway, she saw something trying to emerge from the darkness inside. A dark, rounded object bobbed out from the bathroom. As it became clearer, she realized it was a head, but she couldn't see its face. Long black hair hung from it, and then, with a sudden unnatural twist, the head snapped around 180 degrees. The entity crawled out of the bathroom towards her on all fours in a manner eerily reminiscent of something out of Ju-on. That's when she screamed, waking all of us up. We rushed to check the bathroom but found nothing, only the open door. We tried to calm Layla down, though we weren't sure what to do. We wanted to believe her, even if her story sounded unbelievable. The next day, Layla fell ill and moved out to a new dorm with another friend. The rest of us, unable to move immediately, were left in the dorm, now filled with an air of dread. After Layla's incident, we became increasingly unnerved. We began using the bathroom only with one of us standing guard outside. It felt less terrifying to have someone to talk to while you were inside, especially after knowing some otherworldly being might crawl out. One night, while I was accompanying a friend during her bath, I sat outside the bathroom scrolling through my feeds. I heard her singing, and it sounded far better than her usual singing. So I complimented her and said her singing had gotten a lot better. The singing abruptly stopped. My friend rushed out of the bathroom, finishing her bath in a hurry. She looked at me, pale and wide-eyed, and said, "I wasn't humming. I thought it was you." Something was inside the bathroom with her, singing while she bathed. This was enough to make us vow never to use the bathroom at night again. We installed a lock on the bathroom door, locking it from the outside after each use. Call us paranoid, but that's what we did. The situation only grew more terrifying. Sometimes, in the dead of night, we'd hear soft knocking from inside the bathroom. Occasionally, we'd hear the door shaking as if something was trying to come out. We reported everything to the owner of the dorm, but he didn't seem surprised. It was as if he already knew about the occurrences and dismissed us as overreacting. We asked if anything bad had happened in the dorm's past, but he refused to give us any information. Once we found a new place, we moved out immediately. The memory of that bathroom still gives us chills.
I'm from Malaysia, and last year, I had a pretty weird experience while driving from KL back to Johor. It was the rainy season, and the roads were wet from a recent shower. Even though it was slippery, I was in a hurry to get home, so I was driving pretty fast. The road was long, narrow, and really dark, with dense forest on both sides. This stretch of road was in the middle of nowhere, with no streetlights. If I turned off my car's lights, it would be pitch black. Looking in the rearview mirror, all I could see was darkness. At one point, I drove through a swarm of winged ants. It is not too uncommon to see a swarm of winged ants in this area, especially after rain. These ants swarm to places with light, like my car's headlights. They splattered all over my windshield, making a huge mess. Using the wipers just made it worse. This wasn't the first time this had happened to me, so I grabbed a newspaper from the back seat and got out to clean the windshield manually. There were no other cars around, just me, the winged ants, and my car. It was pitch black, and I just wanted to get the job done quickly and get back inside. As I was cleaning, I noticed something in the forest. It looked like a person's head peeking out at me. It was so dark that I could barely see. Then, the figure stepped out from the shadows and I got a clearer look. This thing was huge, making the trees look small. It was about 2 meters tall, with a body covered in thick black fur, but its face looked kind of human. We stared at each other for a few seconds, which felt like forever. Just then, another car came along and stopped next to me. The driver asked if I needed help, thinking I was stranded. I thanked him and looked back to where I saw the creature, but it was gone. I thanked the man again, and we both went on our way. When I got home, I told my family what I saw. They said it might have been an orang mawaz, the Malaysian version of Bigfoot. I wasn't really scared, more like intrigued and kind of lucky to have seen something so rare. But that night, the image of those eyes and that huge figure stayed with me. Hi guys, thanks for watching my video all the way to the end. If you enjoyed it, please drop a like and subscribe. These videos take a long time to make, with each scene drawn by hand. Your support means a lot to me. As always, thanks a lot for watching and have a safe night.